Sharife! Free Sharife Cooper! He did nothing wrong! Free my man Sharife.
Hey, what's good, 10K gang? Now, today's video, I'm going to be talking about Sharife Cooper. So you guys, I want to bring y'all this video and just give y'all an update on Sharife's NCAA situation, because we all know he's still under investigation with the NCAA. If you guys have not seen my previous video when I was just explaining on why the NCAA has him under investigation, make sure you guys go check it out. I will put it in the description box below. But before I talk about this situation, make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram at _theonlywallace, and also go subscribe to my second channel called 10K Wallace Vlogs. Make sure you guys go cop your merch as well. Now let's get to the video. So first, you guys, I have a lot of things I want to talk about with this NCAA situation. Now, we all know Sharife, he currently still is not playing with the team. They already played 3 games so far. They also have a game today against South Alabama. So their record, they're currently 1-2. They lost against #1 Gonzaga, and they also lost against UCF. So just a few hours ago, articles has came out that Bruce Pearl basically was just talking about Sharife Cooper's reaction and just his attitude, just going on between all this stuff with the NCAA, because we all know this is a lot definitely on Sharife Cooper. Just imagine being him, getting ready for the college season, and right before the season starts, the NCAA is telling you you can't play just because we got to figure out if you're eligible or not. You know what I mean? And on top of that, when you're a college athlete, you go to school kind of early, like around the summer. So just imagine if you was Sharife Cooper, you went to Auburn around June, then what, in November before the season started, then they tell you you can't play? Just imagine working out for so many months and getting prepared for the real season, and they tell you you can't play. You already know Sharife Cooper, honestly, he has been handling this really, really well, because I guarantee you guys, if I was him, I probably would have been going off. It would be hard for me to close my mouth and just keep my mouth shut. Definitely with the type of fan base he have, and just on top of that, we all know Sharife Cooper, he's a real known guy. So if I was him, knowing the type of fan base I have, it would have been very, very hard for me to even, you know, just keep my mouth closed, because that's just how I am. And I just seen this happen to so many other players in the past. But Sharife Cooper, he has a really good family. He has a really good team that's supporting him, so they making sure he stay on track. He don't say too much outside of the lines, and just, you know, just don't talk too much, because he can mess himself over if he do end up talking too much about this situation. So it's good that Sharife Cooper, he has been quiet and he just been doing his thing. But when I was reading the article, Bruce Pearl, he basically said that Sharife Cooper's attitude has been incredible, and he said that he's staying right and he's staying ready. Bruce also said, I think a person and player of lesser character or maturity or toughness wouldn't be able to handle what he's going through right now. Man, after I read that, Bruce Pearl, you a real one for saying that, because he's basically saying what Sharife is going through with the NCAA, this is nothing to play with. And honestly, if it was somebody else, it'd probably be very, very hard for them to even handle this situation, just because it's so big. And on top of that, it happened right before the season. So props to Sharife Cooper for really just doing what he got to do, and just, you know, being a good sport over this situation. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I truly feel like Sharife Cooper didn't do anything at all. And the more I think about the situation, I feel like the NCAA, they might really is coming after Auburn, because I want you guys to think about this. We all know Sharife Cooper, he is the top rated signee to ever sign to Auburn University. Nobody has ever been a top ranked player like Sharife Cooper to sign to that school. Well, you know, people has been top ranked, but not as top ranked as him. Sharife Cooper is the most highest ranked player to commit to Auburn. So how weird is it that the NCAA pulls Sharife Cooper from that school when they know Sharife is the best player to ever commit to that school, and on top of that, he's their only point guard? Let me say that one more time. Sharife Cooper is their only point guard. Bruce Pearl had Sharife Cooper to be their point guard. He was going to start right away, literally. And guess what, you guys? Right now that Sharife Cooper is not playing, Bruce Pearl has sophomore Tyrell Jones, who is not a point guard, to play the point guard position. He's averaged 6 turnovers throughout 3 games. And he also have freshman Justin Powell, who is a 3-star player, to also run the point guard position as well. And he's been playing around 24 minutes per game, 6 assists, and he also had 5 turnovers as well throughout 3 games. So both of these guys has been putting up a lot of turnovers. That's 11 turnovers in 3 games already. Auburn don't even have a real point guard right now, and the NCAA knows that. Just think about it. So far, they already lost against Gonzaga and UCF without Sharife Cooper. I feel like it's going to be very, very scary for Auburn this year just because they don't have Sharife Cooper to lead their offense. Definitely when they go against really top-rated schools such as Gonzaga, Memphis, University of Kentucky, and many more. When they play against South Alabama today and Texas Southern, Troy University, and schools like that, I'm not worried about schools like that because I feel like Auburn University and their organization, they have a good enough team to actually beat those smaller Division I schools, even though they did lose to UCF. But all I'm saying is when they go against other schools that's really, really high top ranked, it's going to be extremely hard for them to even get close to win because they don't even have a real point guard like Sharife Cooper to run their offense. And I feel like the NCAA knows that. They definitely knows that Auburn needs Sharife Cooper. And what if this is a way for the NCAA to come at the Auburn? They like, look, we're just going to take away y'all best player and y'all starting point guard so y'all just don't play good this year at all. Just think about that. I really feel like the NCAA could do that because if you guys do not know, the NCAA, they have this certain word they love to use. It's called indefinitely. Basically, what this word means is that they're going to tell you whenever they want to tell you. As in, if you have an investigation with them, they're going to tell you when the investigation is over or whatever happens. You know what I mean? Basically, everything goes off of their time and you can't do nothing about it. So I feel like they probably is going to hold Sharife Cooper's investigation, you know, just to hold him off of the team so Auburn University can just have a bad season. The NCAA could do that to make Auburn look bad because you already know. In my opinion, it seems like the NCAA is not really rocking with Auburn University. Definitely after all that stuff that happened and that's going on. And Bruce Pearl, he clearly wants Sharife Cooper. Like how he's talking about this whole situation and just about Sharife Cooper, you could tell this man is itching his fingers for Sharife to get back on the team because he needs Sharife Cooper. Before the season started, they had Sharife projected to average around like 14 or 15 points a game and around like 5 assists. I think 5 or 6 assists. They said that he was going to be like the leading freshman to average assists. So it's unreal that they don't even have Sharife Cooper, and Bruce Pearl is sitting here trying to run his team with no legit point guard. He didn't recruit Tyrell Jones and Justin Powell to run the point guard. Sharife Cooper was supposed to be the starting point guard right away. And of course, right before the season started, they going to pull Sharife off the team, and now Bruce Pearl, he has no choice to run sophomore Tyrell Jones and also Justin Powell, who's kind of having struggle run the point guard position because they already averaged 11 turnovers put together throughout 3 games. So just imagine if those two have to run the point guard for the rest of the season. That is going to be a lot of turnovers racked up by the end of the season. And it's going to be extremely frustrating for Bruce Pearl and also Auburn University's organization because this is a very frustrating situation. And I just don't blame all of them for just feeling the way they feel. But I'm happy that Sharife Cooper, he has a really good attitude. He's still supporting his team. He has been tweeting out when they lost against UCF. He tweeted out, "We are fine." So Sharife Cooper, he's still engaging himself with the team and the organization, which is good. And I just want him to have a really clear mindset and just stay positive because regardless, he's going to make it to the league. I really hope the NCAA allows him to play. But if they don't, I'm not sure if he's going to decide to stay in college. But I really hope he decides to take a different route so he can just enter the 2021 NBA draft. But I want you guys to leave your comments and opinions below on how y'all feel about this. Make sure you guys will copy your merch as well. I thank you guys for watching. If you make sure you like and subscribe, make sure you press the notification button. TK Gang, we out.